So my co-founder and I, we had only 7,000 euros from our bank accounts. This is the way we founded and funded Fritz Kola. No foreign investments, no startup, no angel money, no other bullshit. In the 90s here in northern Germany, then you went to a bar, a cafe or a music club and you asked for a cola or any other soft drink, you get a glass of lukewarm cola. So that's made us think, what if we start with our own cola and soft drink business? I mean, the first business plan was a one-pager. It's a very simple, basic plan. And now, more than 20 years later, it's a longer process for several weeks.
Are you an entrepreneur with ideals or are you an idealist with a company?
Work should offer fun and pleasure. Think, when you wake up on a Monday morning, do you want to go to work or do you have to go to work? If you have to go to work, do something other.
Yeah.
Do change your job.
Get out.
Go somewhere.
Luister je naar Groeivoer.
Welcome to Groeivoer. My name is Gerard de Velde and I'm joined today by Mirco Wolf Wiegert. He's the founder and CEO of Fritz Kola. It's a cola brand from Hamburg, and probably you know them already if you're from the Netherlands. The company was founded in 2002 and their first batch of cola was made in 2003. And today they employ over 300 people and they sell their products in more than 25 countries. So let's dive into this story. Mirco, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Gerhard. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, you're a busy man. You've had an intense day already and still you're making time. So we really appreciate that. And I'm curious because you've done so many interviews. Well, you might get a little tired of it, like telling the story over and over again, but there are also good memories. So is there like an interview that really stands out for you?
Gerhard, I really love interviews, even though sometimes I'm stressed, but I still love it. I like talking to people and telling my story. But I remember the very first interview. It was back in 2003 to a local newspaper, a true paper news magazine here in Hamburg in 2003. So the journalist asked me, or asked my co-founder and me, what are we doing? Why are we why did we start our Fritz Kola? So I have good memories.
Yeah, that did it instantaneously cause like a breakthrough? Was it like a big moment also for the business?
We started in February 2003 and we had the interview in April because my co-founder stopped a journalist in his car somewhere here in Hamburg and asked if they could have an interview with us. And yes, we had on page 1 a small teaser, and then we had 2 pages in the newspaper. So page 7 and 8, I guess it was. So it was a big breakthrough here in Hamburg, because what the journalist did, he took some samples of our products and did a product trial on the student campus in downtown.
Yeah.
And wrote about this experience.
Cool. Yeah, but with some brands, you feel like they have like a big breakthrough and they become trending and they get hyped, you know, but they also disappear for after a while, you know. After a few years, you don't see them anymore. And you have been building very consistently, already going towards the 25th anniversary. That's going to be probably a big thing. And if you look at the journey so far, do you see any big breakthrough moments, or was it more like a gradual evolution?
It was more like a step-by-step approach. So, I mean, today we are quite a big company and more or less all over Europe. But it was a long marathon to come here. So there was no one single breakthrough moment.
No. Interesting, because that's the story we want to hear, you know. We want to hear the big bang, but actually, if you want to...
Sorry, no big bang.
Exactly. If you want to build a solid company, it might take decades, you know. It's there's no instant success.
Yeah, I mean, to convince consumers or customers, clients to take money and buy your product take quite an effort. And we have the perspective for about 100 years. So we would like to build a cola brand, a cola company, long lasting, with a high quality, with a deep brand impression. And we started only with 7,000 euros.
Yeah.
So my co-founder and I, we had only 7,000 euros from our bank accounts. This is the way we founded and funded Fritz Kola back in the days. No foreign investments, no startup, no angel money, no other bullshit. So in this way, it took a bit longer to get here. But yes, we have a quite solid business.
Yeah. I like the word you said, like the startup bullshit. Do you think that things changed a lot in that perspective?
Yeah. What I see today is that a lot of business is more short-sighted, quick scaling, quick exiting, big funding. In my community, my bubble, I saw a lot of failure, busts, bubbles, because people were more focusing about financing instead of building the company and sales and consumers.
Yeah, exactly. And when I listen to other interviews, that the customer focus is really strong. That's one of the key points. Would you say that's one of the success factors, or how would you reflect on that?
Yes. So I just returned from 2 days on a touristy island at the North Sea, visiting customers and talking to customers and consumers about our brand, our products, and take this into account when we talk about strategy. So this focusing and close contact to our consumers and customers is part of the success, of course, and it's very important to us.
Yeah. Can you expand a little bit more about this event? So you said you were 2 days talking to consumers.
And in this time, customers and more customers than consumers.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to an island, and because now it's almost summer holiday season here in Germany. It's the beginning of June.
Mm-hmm.
So it's main time for the beach season, where people hang out, go to a beach club and have a nice cold Fritz Kola or any other soft drinks and water or stuff. So I talked with clients about the business, about the preparations, how Fritz Kola fits in, what's good and what's not so good. Yeah.
But you were just on a holiday. You were just relaxing, or was it a business trip?
No. It was a business trip.
Yeah. Okay. Clear.
Together with my staff. So 2 sales managers, a local sales manager and the head of sales on trade or hospitality. Together as 3, we went to the different clients.
Yeah. Okay. I think for the listener and the viewer, it might be nice to have a little overview of the company. So you started with just 2 guys in 2002, but where is the company now? How big is it? Maybe, I don't know if you share all the numbers, but could you give us an overview?
Yeah. So we are the cola company. So our main product is Fritz Kola. We do have 6 bottling partners, so companies bottle our products. We have more than 340 Fritzies, so that's how we call the employees here at Fritz Kola.
Mm-hmm.
And we sell from Scandinavia down to Spain, Portugal, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Poland, the Baltics, not longer to Russia, but still to Ukraine. And some clients in Hungary, Slovenia. This is and all over Germany, of course, and Austria. So this is our distribution area where we distribute all our products to mainly the hospitality industry. So bars, cafes, restaurants, music clubs, music venues, big outdoor festivals, and we do have retail customers as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Jumbo and Albert Heijn stuff.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah,
that's good news. So it's coming directly to the consumer in the supermarket.
Yes.
How's that
that's
going
our
so far?
business.
Is it
And
getting picked up by the audience or?
yeah, I mean, we are number 2 in cola business here in Germany, in glass bottles in retail, and I'm not sure our status in Netherlands. We're way behind Germany, but still we have good listings in the Dutch retail.
So, of all these countries, what are the most important ones? Obviously Germany, but after Germany, is there like a runner-up, or what are the main countries?
There's several countries, so we do not share this more sensitive data, to be honest. Competition is quite fierce and very hard, very tough. It's a rough game.
Yeah.
So I will not talk about this.
Okay, interesting. Can you tell us a bit more about the rough game? Because that was also one of the questions on my list, of course. Like,
Yeah.
is there a story you could share of the, well, I wouldn't say the shady world of monopolists, but what kind of things are happening?
Yeah, I mean, we have one main competitor, more or less, in the cola business. And the latest news is that almost 2 years ago, the local airport here in Hamburg asked us if we could provide vending machines with Fritz Kola to the passengers in the airport. And we were very happy and prepared good looking and well functioning, state of the art, shiny vending machines. And in the meantime, the competitor had old fashioned, boring, not so shiny vending machines. But after 1 year, we recognized and we took some pictures how our competitor copied our vending machines. So with the same color code, we have as Fritz Kola black and white color code.
Mm-hmm.
So they refurbished their vending machines to black white with the almost same style approach, almost same design, but just another logo on top. So this was or still is a way how to make our brand vanishing at the airport in this specific consumer occasion.
Yeah. So how does that make you feel?
We were quite proud because I mean we are a wonderful cola business. But still we are pretty small, right? We have 4% of cola share here in Germany, so not really bigger thing.
Yeah.
But this big player, so when they copy us like this, one on one, so very close copy, it was like, okay, must be strange to them to copy the smallest competitor.
Yeah.
In this way.
Yeah. So you see this more, of course, that the small companies, they are doing the real innovation, and then when it works, the bigger companies start copying that. But I'm curious, do the consumers also appreciate it, or do they see through it? What's your perception?
No, I don't think that the consumer really understands it, because for the consumer, it's a cola brand and soft drinks, so they're not that deep into details, and they don't care because they have a lot of different stuff on mind.
Mm-hmm.
But we are happy that our fans still buy us, and they recognize the difference. They know what colas they want. So even though we get copied quite tough, still also consumers find their way to us.
Yeah. I'm curious also because I hear you talking a lot about brand. Would you say that building a brand is one of the main goals, or one of the main things you should do to become bigger?
Yeah, I mean, we started Fritz Kola in 2003, so we had 1 year of preparation. And when we go back in the 90s here in Northern Germany, and you went to a bar, or cafe, or a music club, and you asked for a cola or any other soft drink, you get a glass of lukewarm cola or soft drink without ice, and it was the taste was bad, the quality was bad, so it was really uninspiring to get a soft drink somewhere. So that's made us think about, okay, what if we start with our own cola and soft drink business, offering only small glass bottles. With so the venue owner just has to cool down the drinks and offer it them ice cold, open it in front of the guests, and deliver a bottle of Fritz Kola. And due to our short fundings with only the 7,000 euros, we created a very simple black-white image. We took our faces to differentiate our product from other soft drink brands, because we had the right to use our faces, of course, and we had a very simple. We used simple letters on for our naming, with just a short German name. Yeah, and this is the way this very reduced it to the core, made us building a brand still recognizable more than 20 years later.
Yeah. And what would you say the brand stands for?
The brand stands for kind of alternative towards another brand, or we are an independent brand. So in English you would say craft brand, but we don't use the craft brand because if you translate craft into German, what is our native language, people just mess it up. So we are more on the term indie brand.
Yeah, like independent indie. Yeah.
Yes. We have a better taste, a better amount of caffeine, because we are not so mass marketing. Our aim is, once you have an ice cold Fritz Kola, you should really recognize the rush coming out of the soft drink of the cola, because there's sugar in it, there's a lot of caffeine in it, and so you must not drink 2 or 3 liters a day, but just drink the small bottle, and then you're fine off with Fritz Kola.
Yeah.
We are more in this enjoy the moment, full passion, intensity, a good time with friends, and in this we are more deeper into this than other brands.
Yeah. What would you say if people would call it a woke brand?
Yeah. I mean, what happened since 2018-19 is that the Western world changed a bit, right? At least from my perspective. I don't know how you see it in the Netherlands. I'm not sure about that. But we recognized a growing populism on left and right side of the spectrum. So we discuss these issues from time to time, very intense here in our offices and in our marketing department and in the leadership. I wouldn't say that we're a woke brand, because I really don't like this term.
Well, in Holland, I think it's just a word, but people think so many things about it, and I'm thinking about this because the spark to reach out to you and to have an interview was, I do have a Palestinian friend. He's one of my best friends, and he told me about all the products you could use, but you could also try boycotting certain products. And then I thought, okay, what if I don't want to drink Coca-Cola anymore? What are my options? And I don't want to drink Pepsi. So, and then I came to Fritz Kola, and then I thought, hey, that's interesting. Like, there's not really you guys are the only mainstream alternative, at least in the Netherlands. But also coming back to the woke question to say, and also the political side of things, I probably it's very risky to be very political as a company. So well, you may respond already if you have ideas about it.
Yeah, I mean, what we did quite successful in the past is to respond to certain discussions within the German or maybe to the European society as such. Like when we changed the labels of our cola, we changed the logo to a European map with the European stars on it, and asking people to participate in the European election. So this is quite political. It was not towards a specific party or towards a certain direction. It was more, hey, Europeans, get up and go participate in the elections. So this was political. Or last summer, we had a campaign in 3 federal states here in Germany where we showed faces from our customers from grill bars and other restaurants, and asked people to go for diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So this is quite political.
Yeah, but it's not
Even
really
so,
so
it's-
controversial, right? I mean, there are some topics you might want to stay away from because that could really explode in your face.
Yeah, we stay away from this Israel-Palestine conflict,
Yeah.
to be honest, because there's no way we're gonna win there, because this is super emotional, and if you have a Palestine friend, you know it. It's super emotional. It's life or death. It's a horrible situation down there. Yeah, so we keep quiet for the moment, especially for this specific situation down there. And with our strong German heritage, we are European soft drink, but we have a very strong German heritage, of course. We are not a boycott brand. So just imagine you're a German company and you're into this boycott game.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds you quite fast on the 40s or 30s of the last century, where we here were boycotting other people. So we're out of this boycott game.
Yeah. Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit because I also want to dive a little bit into your personal development as an entrepreneur. You started out with 2 guys. Now you're the leader. Was this also like an evolution with many tiny steps, or would you say there were some shifts in your development? How do you reflect on that?
This is a constant change. When I started Fritz Kola together with my co-founder, we did everything on our own. We didn't even talk about our preparations to start Fritz Kola with other people, but even with friends and family. And today, I run a company of this size together with a very good management board. So this requires constant change and working on your own ways of working. I mean, today I just had 4-hour session together with my coach, just to get to prepare myself better to a leadership of a company.
Yeah. Can you give a little bit of an insight of something you're struggling with or something you're growing in?
Yeah, I mean, one thing, I really love my company. I love to work here. And what is typical for entrepreneurs and for me as well is to let loose certain issues, certain tasks, and to trust other people that they can fix it. They do their job. So I'm growing into this. It's quite a challenge. But yes, a lot of training, a lot of discussions.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine if you build it with your own hands, you know every detail of the company. But yeah, what's wise, Like on the one hand, you should be the visionary and have the big picture and be the shepherd of the culture and all these big things. And on the other hand, it really matters. The details really matter. So yeah, how do you balance that? Did you find a solution for this dilemma?
No, I have no solution for that. I'm into this. On certain issues, I'm very deep into details like product quality and customers, how we work together with our clients and customers, consumers. This is part of my role to keep a hand on certain issues and other. I'm not a bit more far away from other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the future roles? Are you preparing also for like going to America or 10xing your company? Or some people have these kind of dreams.
Yeah. We go towards we become a more international company, that's for sure. A more European company, and so we're focusing on our European business. I mean, America is wonderful, but to go from Germany or from Europe to America is quite a step. It quite needs a lot of effort, and we're not that big.
No. What are things you do to stay focused? Because people come to you every day with ideas. Well, maybe not every day, but all the time. Like we should go there, or we should go the other direction, or we have a new idea or a new product. Or how do you keep the people aligned?
Yeah, one way to keep focused is that we had an intense strategy process within our management team, and we stick to the process. So this helps us to stay focused and to cut off stuff we don't need and to deny proposals.
Yeah. Could you unpack that a bit more? Because also for the entrepreneurs listening, that could be interesting. Like how do you strategize? What are the steps?
The first business plan was a one-pager, really just one page, where we wrote everything down we needed, the 4 P's: price, place, packaging, promotion, targeting, which target group we had, and how we structured our business. A very simple, basic plan. And then we could start it with this very first one-pager as a business plan. This helped us to get started as a beginning. So let's go on and don't lose too much time into little tiny details you just don't need at this specific moment.
Mm-hmm.
And now, more than 20 years later, it's a longer process for several weeks where we have sessions working on details, on the big picture and on details, which countries or which regions looks promising, which products, which price points, how we're going, which route to market. Yeah, this 20 years we're more into details, but it all started with the first initial one-pager.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be for us good enough.
Yeah. And are you also the visionary in the company that really puts the goal on the board? Or
Yes,
is that like
I'm
democratic?
I'm the visionary here in the company.
Yeah.
To look for the long-term goal and to keep to put different puzzles within the company together.
Yeah. What do you enjoy most about being an entrepreneur?
As entrepreneur, I love the challenge of running a growing company. I love the independence. I mean, I'm more or less my own boss. This I like most. Yes, a certain degree of freedom you have as an entrepreneur. Even though there are a lot of stakeholders you have to manage, all stuff, yes, but at the end you're the boss and run the company, and I would be a happy entrepreneur even though my company would be smaller, would be good enough. I mean, from my perspective, if you earn enough to make a living with it, it's good. But this approach of do your stuff, do whatever you want, more or less, this keeps me happy.
Yeah. So how much freedom do you really have?
Oh yes, quite a lot. Even though I have an assistant doing my calendar and helping me with emails and communication. I'm still in driver's seat of my life, so this is very important.
Yeah. Is there anything besides work?
Yes, the private friends and family. I'm very happy, and I still have some room left for this.
Yeah. Are there like running? I heard that's a thing, but are there more things you enjoy doing, or maybe there are some things on your bucket list? I'm just curious.
No, the good thing is, as entrepreneur, I can plan my own trips, so my business trips. And when I plan my business trips, I always take in some private interest. I'm interested into art and culture and history. So everywhere I go, most time I go somewhere, I have some small things I want to see.
Cool. Yeah, so you can create it for yourself. And what
Yeah,
would be
and
an
get some
example
inspiration from
of?
somewhere.
Did you go on a cool trip the past few months?
Yeah, this spring I went together with my managing director to Dubai, Singapore, and Bangkok.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And yes, it was pretty cool.
Tell me
And
what's
we had wonderful
happening
days.
there. I mean, it was unexpected because you said, well, we're mostly a European country. So what you're doing there, and what did you observe?
Yeah, we are a European company, but at the same time, when you see like places like Bangkok, I mean, I'm not an expert in Bangkok, but what I saw there was very inspiring for our hospitality industry. All these restaurant, bars, cafes, clubs, and we saw just a very tiny fraction of it. It was super inspiring. So, yeah, and as a brand for hospitality, we're always in this game, of course.
Yeah. So Bangkok stood out. And what about Dubai?
Dubai was very interesting business place. I mean, there's you go there for a show. We were there for the food show, and you go there for business purposes. This is the reason why people go to Dubai, I think. And inspired us because Dubai is new. It's a young city, ultra international, more than other cities. So yeah, from there we proceed to Singapore.
Mm-hmm. Could you envision Fritz Kola being a global brand?
Yeah, first things first. First, we are a European brand.
Because the Dutch, we sometimes we get like the remark that we think too small. You know, like if you ask a Dutch entrepreneur, like, what are your ambitions? Most of the time they say like, okay, let's first go to Germany, and then maybe if that works, we could go to France, or we could go to some other country. And there is a thing going on in the tech scene in the Netherlands that people are saying we should think bigger. You know, we should really have bigger ambitions. And I thought that there's a lot of German brands like the obvious names like the car brands, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, like those are global brands. So what's holding you back, or what's stopping you from that ambition?
In my industry, a lot of our industry partners focusing only on Germany, and right from the beginning, my co-founder and I thought, no, we go Europe. It's not an easy task, but why not?
That's
I mean,
already a
if
big
you can
step.
sell
Huh?
It's a step, but I remember before we had bars and cafes and restaurants in Munich, we had clubs and cafes in Amsterdam, because Amsterdam is quite connected to Hamburg. So but both are North European cities, not similar, but something in common. So Amsterdam is closer to Hamburg in a lot of aspects than Munich.
Yeah.
So even though Amsterdam is Netherlands Dutch, but this showed us that we are targeting a certain scene and certain kind of way of living, but you find this everywhere. Everywhere in Europe, you find this in Dubai and Bangkok as well. We used to have this in Moscow, and but the beauty of the common European market is that it is still a challenge. There's still a lot of barriers, and even and today there are more and more barriers to do trade within the European countries. It's getting worse every day, but still there's a common market to trade with. So as a Dutch company, it's easy to go to Germany or to Belgium and to France. There's some hurdles, of course, but yeah, you just go over them.
Yeah. How important is money in the entrepreneurial game? Because when you said, oh, there are hurdles, but you can manage them, that also might take a good business model. If you're not making any money, how would you pay for expansion?
Yeah, you need money to make a company.
Yeah.
No money, no fun. So money is you need for make things happen. So money is important, of course.
So it's an enabler.
It's an enabler, yes, but not more. Money is not more than an enabler.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because when I'm talking to you, I think, are you an entrepreneur with ideals, or are you an idealist with a company? How would you respond to that?
It depends, because I wouldn't separate these two scenarios from each other, because there are times where business is easygoing, you make a good amount of money and you can afford more idealism, and then there are tougher times where we really have to focus on a penny and have more focusing of a certain revenue to get the company through tough times, like these days, or since Corona, or since COVID-19, how you call it in English. Time changed a bit, so we have to focus for this time being, focusing more on, okay, let the company push forward, that we make the money we need, and the idealism we still have, we still practice it, but we have to outbalance it with revenue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because it's also part of your brand. So you have these values, you have identity, you have idealism, or having certain standards. That's part of the brand. That's also why you're not playing the dirty game or the tricks that the bad boys or the big players do, maybe. But on the other hand, you just need to push the product. You need to compete with them as well. And there's many stories from the Netherlands, I think, from Heineken or some other big brewer. They just take over a bar. So they just go to the owner and they say, okay, I give you signage, I give you free parasol, I give you everything, but you have to sign the contract now for 5 years, you know? So it's like the biggest player that is buying the contracts. So yeah, I could imagine that's sometimes a bit of a dilemma. Like, should we push for more revenue, or should we go for the ideals?
Yeah, I mean, we have this discussion and every day how to outbalance. This is our daily business.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do mistakes, so no worries. We do things wrong.
What would be a mistake?
I don't tell you. No, but honestly, I mean, we do it for such a long time with so many people. You can bet that from time to time we have to readjust our strategy, our daily business, our route to market, and have to refocus us.
Yeah. Zooming on a little bit further on your personal development, you said you're working on delegating and trusting other people to do stuff. Are there some other things you struggle with or work on?
No, this is the most important.
Mm-hmm.
And at least in my personal development. No, this is it basically.
Yeah. And how do you protect yourself? Because I also know a lot of entrepreneurs that take care of their business, but they don't take care of themselves. So how do you balance that?
Yeah, good you mentioned it, Gerd. This sometimes you forget, but then your body reminds you. It's the basic needs: eat enough, drink enough, do enough sports, take your time for yourself, sleep. You need sleep. So today I have an assistant, and she helps me to build up my calendar, including eating, drinking, sleeping, having enough time.
Cool. So you have someone taking care of you.
Yeah, and before that, in the early days, my best friend was Vic Daymate, Vic Medi-Night, aspirin, all this stuff. Help you get it through the day, right?
Yeah. Just push.
And I can tell you, this is not very healthy.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
You can do it for a week maybe, but that's it more or less.
Yeah. So do you have entrepreneurial friends you talk to?
Yes, a couple here from Northern Germany, a couple of and other entrepreneurs.
So what do you guys talk about? Like, is there a central theme, or are there things that keep coming back?
No, it was just last weekend. I met with other entrepreneurs in Denmark, and we were reflecting on our personal, on our business issues we have, and reflected on them, and quite honest, quite direct. So like how to delegate, how to manage yourself, how to be honest and true to yourself, and to not avoid conflicts but get through them. Yeah, we choose kind of group coaching tool.
Yeah,
or framework was quite effective.
Yeah, it reminds me of accountability partnership. So that's like a thing where you have an accountability partner. So that's a different entrepreneur. Could be a friend, could be a bit further away, but you meet. Well, actually, I do it too. I have an accountability partner. We meet every month. So and then we get our goals and we share them, and then we start reflecting. Like, okay, this is your goals, but you're doing something else. So what's going on there? Or you could share your struggles. And so, do you do this on a structural basis, or was this just a coincidental thing?
No, I do this once a year
Uh-huh.
with this group, and it's super effective for everyone.
Yeah.
And I mean, as entrepreneurs, and what I recognize among entrepreneurs, people are quite open and discuss their issues quite open, even though you don't know each other so well. But at the end, it's everywhere the same game, right? We all just, how we say in German, cooking with water. So there's no much secret behind it.
Yeah.
Being entrepreneurs is just basically a lot of work, passion, enthusiasm, and some barriers to get along with.
Yeah. If you would start it all over again, is there something you would? Well, I mean, it's a bit of a cliche question, maybe, but is there something you would do differently?
I'm not sure. because today I know so much about the industry or not about entrepreneur. If I would start today, I would not start with the software because I would start with something else. But I would always start becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's your destiny to be an entrepreneur and be free.
Yes. Yeah,
Cool.
for sure.
Cool. Maybe a little bit of advice coming from you. I'm looking for sources that people could go to. So, besides your own book, of course, because you've written a book as well together with the co-author. But besides, let's start there. Everybody should read your book. That's step one. And then, if you could gift a book to, say, 10 or 100 entrepreneurs, what book comes to mind? Could also be a movie or a podcast or any other source.
I read so many books from entrepreneurs about their business. I have a whole shelf about these books. And from each book, I have 1 or 2 pages with notes about insights that I took with me. And I hear the Business Wars podcast from Wondery.
Yeah.
And I hear the German version as well. The German version is a bit different than the American version. But it's very good. Both are very good. I hear How I Built This with Guy Raz.
Guy Raz, yeah, of course.
Super cool guy.
Did he interview you yet, or?
No, not yet.
I will make a suggestion. I don't know if it will get through, but could be cool.
I need to improve my English for this. But
No. You're fine. Yeah, you're good.
And what I do is I do notes or write emails to myself so that I can go through it later. So this learnings, this insights finds their way into my strategy or into my daily business here as entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And what's good is with this books from entrepreneurs or their podcasts, people are quite open with failures, what went good, what went wrong. And it's marvelous. So people just tell them your life story about entrepreneurship, more or less super directly, with less filters. And you can just learn from them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah. But my advice would be start with a small business plan. Not too detailed, not too much in the future, just rough. Because you learn on the way anyway so much that you have to readjust a bit every day.
Good advice. I'm just a little bit curious about your the rest of your family. So your parents, are they still alive or around?
Yes, my parents are alive. My father used to be an entrepreneur. He sold his business for some years ago, but so he's not working anymore. But my father was a big inspiration because he used to be an entrepreneur. At the end, was selling clothes for women at the German Baltic coast in different shops at beaches and stuff. I worked there quite frequently in the holidays and on the weekend. Worked along with him.
Yeah, so he was an inspiration. And is there something he always said, like do this or don't do that, like a golden rule you still carry with you?
Let me think. What was important for him to manage his cash? So it's nice that you have a big shop or a big warehouse or a big car, but first things you manage is your cash. Do you have enough cash? Not credit, nothing about bank account, just liquid cash. How much you have? Is there enough? And what do you have to pay this month? Is there enough cash? Can you do it? Yes. And what's left? So very basic, to be honest, very basic, very simple. And the whole truth. As an entrepreneur, do you have enough cash? If not, you have a problem. If yes, it's good.
Yeah, it seems like a basic thing. Like everybody knows this, but probably not everybody does.
Yes, and sometimes I'm surprised how many people forget it.
Yeah.
So if you have no cash, you have no fun.
Yeah. You're right.
It's as easy as it is.
Yeah.
So if you run out of cash, you're done.
Yeah.
And you have to ask other people for new money. So this is even worse. So, but I'm not a tech guy, so I'm more into this consumer goods business. And their cash is an issue because you have to manage it, you have to handle it, you have to make sure that there is enough cash and that you have this cash process. You should really own this. Otherwise, this is a business.
Yeah. So do you think your parents are proud of you? Do they talk to you about that?
Yeah, they're quite proud. They're fine. My father took a while to tell me, but yes, he's proud as well.
Different generation as well, of course.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, I think it's time for the final question. And in my show, my guest always gets to ask the final question. So I'm going to ask you to come up with a question to give to the audience. So an entrepreneur that's listening or watching, you get the opportunity to trigger them, to send them home with a question. What comes to mind?
So if you want to become an entrepreneur or you think about starting a business, how much are you willing to sacrifice from your life? Because once, from my perspective, you start become an entrepreneur, you build your business, you sacrifice for some time, free time with your friends and family. You're just hardworking, 70, 80 hours a week or more. This is part of the deal. And are you willing to do it? Are you willing to sacrifice this or to swap it for personal freedom, to be independent? For becoming an independent entrepreneur, it's about work. The reward is independence. And are you willing to sacrifice this or to swap this for other stuff?
Yeah.
This would be my main questions for up-and-coming entrepreneurs.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful question. Today is my 17th anniversary as an entrepreneur. So exactly 17 years ago, I went to the Dutch Chamber of Commerce. And then when you're in the game longer, you start thinking like this, like, okay, these 17 years, they went by. Where did they go? And you not only put your time and your money in there, but also your life. So you're really literally putting your life on the line to build your business. Yeah. Is it worth it, or what's worth? Well, it's a big topic, but
yes. And I tell my people here at Fritz Kola, work should offer fun and pleasure. Not every day, not every hour. That's not possible, but most of the time. Think, when you wake up on a Monday morning, do you want to go to work or do you have to go to work? If you have to go to work, do something other. Yeah. Do change your job,
get out.
Go somewhere. Because we are not here for pain, we are here for pleasure. So, I mean, it sounds a bit strange, it's still work, but we work most of our time in our life, what is okay. And if you like your job, then it's really good. If you don't like it, change it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mirco.
Thank you. Danke. Thank you, Gert,
Vielen
for
Dank.
invitation.
Vielen Dank. That's the pod. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Groeivoer. If you want to learn more about Fritz Kola, head over to fritzkola.com. We will also put a link in the show notes to Fritz Kola, to the book, to the Dutch Instagram. Thanks for your attention, and till next time.